expectation. Now here only I will add what are our expectation from our employees and contractors to follow the Tadweed's life-saving rules. Okay, now as you can see on the screen, okay, okay, 1 second, let me zoom it. Okay, now, the first rule, we have identified 10 rules, and these rules are very important because we have did the data analysis, and after a long, after the research and the study, and we have come to conclusion that these 10 rules should be developed and shared and implemented within the Tadweer scope of work. So the first rule is drive safely. For example, what we expecting from this rules that driver must be licensed, trained on specific vehicle, because we have specific vehicles which collect waste and transport waste and all these things. Do not use mobile whilst operating equipments. Drivers adhere to speed limits. Seat belts are always worn. Routes are planned to avoid. See what I'm talking about now here. Routes means only use asphalt road controlled by Department of Transport to avoid any accidents or any other damage to the vehicle or equipment. Avoid overloading. Do not overload. Most of the incidents are happening in landfill or on the collection points due to overloading. Okay, maintain safe falling distance. This is one of the important things the drivers should ensure this one. So all these expectation, how you can comply, prepare a training material and provide defensive driving training to your drivers so they can comply with that. Second rule, comply with fire safety laws. This is the second highest incident type which we are facing right now. So please, what we are expecting from through this rule is maintain accessible and operational fire extinguishers. Always ensure the fire extinguishers, fire hoses, and other firefighting or detection equipments are in place and they are accessible and they're working. And smoking should be only in designated area. I have seen some people are smoking inside office, and that's very that is not acceptable at all. Electrical system need to be inspected regularly, and important is train the employees on firefighting and basic firefighting trainings. Okay, so they can use the firefighting equipments in case of emergency or fire emergency. Involve them in the emergency exercise, and the emergency exits and signs should be available in the building so people can get guidance while if in case of any fire. Waste storage area designated with fire breaks. It means in the landfill or in the building compartmentation, encouraging compartmentation. So it will help us to reduce the fire within the building or property or facilities. Use of fire resistance material where necessary, and hot work, all hot work like welding, grinding or gas cutting. This should be in controlled environment, and permit to work system should be used. The third rule, follow proper manual handling technique. As you all know that most of our workforce is performing work manually. They do sweeping, they do bin washing, they do waste loading, collection. All these tasks require manual handling, and our workforce are facing hazards related to manual handling, and for that we have developed one rule and we have expectation from it. Train them on proper manual handling techniques, because most of the people are not familiar with such techniques, so they have to know about that. Encourage them to do teamwork and work in pairs for heavy or awkward items. Clear pathway before moving items. Take regular break to prevent fatigue. Rotate tasks to prevent repetitive strain. Report an injury or near miss immediately. Now, the next rule, which is very important, I would like to share with you. It's about keep yourself and others out of line of fire. Okay. Now, what it's required, what we are expecting from you, maintain clear workplace and proper housekeeping. This is one of the key. Okay, use barriers and warning sign for moving equipments. regularly inspect equipment for malfunctions, stay clear of suspended load, ensure machinery has safety guards, and other things such as alarm, warning, lights, keep hand and tools away from moving parts, and um, only trained personnel operate heavy equipment. So such type of things should be in the workplace, implemented in the workplace to ensure to keep yourself and others out of the line of the fire. The fifth rule is ensure the equipment and vehicles are safe to use. We are using more than 1,000 vehicles on our projects. So this is one of the rules which we need to implement. We need to follow. So what are the expectations from these rules? First thing, to check daily vehicles and equipment. Pre-use inspection should be performed. Follow only approved maintenance schedules. Okay. Immediately reports of any malfunctions or repair or breakdowns. Immediately report to your supervisors. Familiarize yourself with the location and use of emergency equipment. The driver should know how to use fire extinguisher or first aid or any other emergency tools. Ensure the tires of the vehicles are in good conditions. Okay. Ensure the headlights, indicators, fog lamps, and revolving lights are working. Ensure the warning devices and safety features such as seat belts, airbags are in working condition. Ensure the safety guards are in place to avoid entanglement hazards. So such type of expectations are there, which main of the expectation I have described with you. This was related to rule number 5th. Now let's move towards second. Six rules. Identify physical and mental hazards. Okay. Create reporting system. Encourage people to report the hazards. Encourage people to report unsafe conditions, near misses. This will help us to identify the area where we need to improve. Regular safety assessment of the workplace. Risk assessment should be conducted for the workplace. Provide mental health resources. Consultations means to people so they can feel relaxed and the stress will be gone. Encourage breaks and rest periods, foster a supportive work environment, help each other, support each other, guide each other, train each other, because here we are as a team and a family, so we have to take care of each other. Train employees to recognize hazards. Tell them before allowing them to go outside to perform work. Teach them how to identify the hazard, how to protect themselves. Then address and rectify reported hazards. If someone reports you, encourage him, then take action immediately. Reduce workplace stressors. Offer flexible working conditions where possible. Remote work-life balance is very important. The 7th rules ensure proper management of chemical substances. Okay, we do use the chemicals in our work. So we have to ensure this proper storage, proper handling, proper transportation of these chemicals and disposal too. Source substance in label containers. Use safety data sheet for all chemicals. Train employees on this, how to use, how to handle, and very important is to use etiquette, personal protective equipment while handling or managing or storing the chemicals. Ensure proper ventilation in the storage area. Have spill response kit available. Dispose of chemical and designated areas. Report any spill or exposure. Regularly inspect storage area for leak and any other issues. The 8th rule, ensure rapid response in case of emergency. It's very important. We need to train our people to ensure that they are ready to handle with any type of emergency. So what we are expecting from you: conduct regular emergency drills, maintain clear evacuation routes, assign and train emergency response teams, equip workplace with first aid kits, post emergency contact numbers, clearly develop and distribute emergency plan, train employee in basic first aid, review and update emergency procedure annually, and equip facility with emergency alarm. Ensure all employees know the location of emergency exit. Now, the next one is very important. The whole world is focusing on this, and even Tadbir is giving top priority to this issue. It's about environment. So one of our rule is protect the environment. Okay, so what we are expecting from our employees and contractor, here we go. Regularly inspect storage areas or storage tanks, train staff on spill response, have spill kits readily available, dispose of waste at designated facilities, monitor and report any unauthorized releases, use secondary containment for hazardous liquid, maintain clean work area, store waste in sealed containers, promote waste minimization and recycling techniques. Now, the last rule, which is about the personal protective equipment use. So what we are expecting from you that we have approved, and it has issued the guidelines to related to personal protective equipment used by its employees or the contractor employees. So please always ensure provide free of cost appropriate personal protective equipment to your employees, train employee on proper use of personal protective equipment, inspect PPE regularly, replace damaged PPE immediately, store PPE in designated area, ensure PPE fits the user properly, promote importance of PPE through signages, through training, through awareness, through toolbox talks, encourage reporting of damage or missing PPEs, dispose of or replace expired PPE, ensure clear cleanness of PPE or of prevent contaminations. These 10 rules we have developed for you, and we want your full cooperation and support to implement these. And this will help us to enhance further safety culture within the Tadbir and within the Tadbir contractors' workplaces. Now, we have a time for the question answers. Please, if you